2K Sports pregame show.
Okay, basketball fans, with me, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. You're watching 2K Sports, but you know that already. Tonight, it'll be the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the Houston Rockets. And for Houston, they went 2-0 against this team last season, looking to continue that string of victories tonight. So we're right around halfway through the season. Shaq, a lot of trade discussions happening. What are your keys to making a great deal?
Well, it depends on your goal. You want to win now? You want to win later? A combination of both? Does your analysis ever make changes out of emotion?
Well, acquiring players that fit your system. You have to have a system first. That's the key. And if your trade looks too good to be true, it probably is.
I meant to say do your analysis, never make changes out of emotion.
Okay.
See, I was emotional when I was talking about it.
Well, I heard you.
I
understood it. I understood
All right.
it.
You did?
Not really, but.
Me either. And now with the tip-off, coming up shortly, it's time to send it to Kevin Harlan for the call.
It's the home of the Cavaliers here in Cleveland, Ohio, as we bring you an interconference match here at the Quicken Loans Arena. Glad to have you with us for more NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony as well as Brent Barry. And we'll be catching up a bit from the sideline with David Aldridge. Today's game marks the continuation of Houston's road schedule. A great start to the season for them, notching 3 wins to tip it off.
And I think for the Rockets, they've been slightly off the mark here early in the season. Not awful by any stretch of the imagination, but just not quite at the level many had predicted.
Well, it's been an R&B start for them, very smooth. And for all the talk coming into the year that they were just going to run away and hide at the top of the standings, it's looking like it might be not so easy for them.
And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for a report before the tip-off. Hey, Dave.
Well, guys, we know James Harden hits that step-back three a lot, and Mike D'Antoni says most coaches would think, okay, he had a tough shot, live with it. That's some hard living. But it's one of the most lethal shots in the game. Kevin?
Yeah, with that pump fake, he can get to the free throw line too, D.A. There's just no answer. One of the interesting storylines of this young season, Brent Barry, the surprising early development of a couple rookies in the league.
Early development of rookies is a great thing for a young team because all of a sudden somebody's taking the reins. And I think coaches always appreciate when a rookie comes in, he does the work in the offseason, all that work starts to pay off. But now rookies tend to start looking towards somebody else, or the team starts looking towards that young player as somebody who may be able to handle and carry the weight of the franchise for a little while.
Here's the starting group for Houston. The engine of this team, Paul and Harden in the backcourt. Clint Capella is out there with Chris, and it's Anthony in at the small forward. Johnson surveying the floor. He doesn't hit that one. Excellent D there from Anthony. Over in the corner, Paul. Takes the three. Thompson with the rebound. Now here's Sexton, defended by Paul. Knocks it loose and taken away by Paul. To the paint. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time.
Attacking the paint, making an adjustment. The defense is right there, but that's a terrific effort by Paul.
Sexton with it. He's coming off a 28-point game against the 76ers in Philadelphia. Pass to Osman. Just 5 on the clock. Lets it go from deep. They get it back. From the arc. Once again off the mark by Cleveland. Houston's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Harden outside. Floats one up. It's rebounded by Cleveland. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
I tell you what, how efficient they were at scoring the basketball, especially for an away game, that was impressive.
Yeah, it was almost robotic, Greg, in this one. They filtered out all the noise and came in razor-sharp precision on the offensive end.
Here's Johnson off the left rim and out.
And he completely threw the timing off on that jumper. That is how you D up.
Playing with tremendous aggressiveness without fouling. That's an excellent job.
The Rockets shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Throw good, James Harden.
And the southpaw stroke of Harden is just beautiful to watch. When he's cooking, he's one of the more lethal scorers in our league.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Cavaliers.
And they let things get out of hand. Good time to reconvene.
They're just on the wrong end right now of a big run, and they need to plan how they're going to shift the momentum of the game.
Cleveland's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Sexton the pass to Johnson. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. It's good.
Well, that's a healthy make there after missing their first 4 shots. 1 of 5, not what they wanted, but they're on the board.
Now here's Paul. Defense is right there. Anthony looking it over. Right through the D for the layup. Anthony's got 5.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Osman kicks to Thompson. The open look here for Sexton. And it's off from three-point range. And it's Anthony with the ball for the Houston Rockets. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
And when you shoot a high percentage from distance, that gives you momentum and really keeps the opponent on the ropes.
Well, accurate outside shooting when you're on the road, you find that kind of rhythm. It's hard to do. They made it look easy.
The Rockets have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line. And for the Cleveland Cavaliers in this roster, Brent, a lot of sharpshooters that can get hot at any time.
Well, 3rd in the league last season in made threes, and the team does a really good job of drawing and kicking and finding shooters. And they had the 5th best rated offense last year, mostly because of how well they shot the ball from distance.
And here's Houston. They're on a 13-4 run right now. Shoots the 3. Can't hit that one.
That's where I like the shot selection. The defense cannot afford to give up wide open shots, and they dodged the bullet there.
And that one's good. Osman.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now here's Paul. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Pistons in Detroit.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Here's Sexton. They trail by 7. Osman the pass to Sexton. Back to Osman. Clock at 6. The 3. Chris with the rebound. Rockets have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. Here's Harden on the wing. Shoots it up. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Harden's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Timeout called Cleveland. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Houston this season.
Yeah, and a bit of a revenge game for them as they were swept in the 2-game season series from last year.
And this, one of the few opponents who really stuck it to them during what was an otherwise excellent season for them. You're right, they've got to have revenge on their minds tonight.
Here is Nance. James Harden picking up that last basket. Nance, no good.
Yeah, I think the defense made an impact on that play, making the shooter feel a bit uncomfortable on release.
Harden gets the bucket.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Sexton kicks to Johnson. To the middle. Stolen by Harden. And now Anthony pushing it up. No one back to stop him. He can't get that one to fall. So Cleveland will take it the other way. Here's Osman, guarded by Harden. Johnson outside. 6 to shoot. And the layup falls. Johnson's got 6 points.
Man, he's shooting the ball very well, in addition to creating for both himself and his teammates out there on a roll.
A shot by Anthony. Nobody around. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got his 3rd assist on the night. The Cavaliers trail by 12. Osman, the pass to Thompson. Now, here's Sexton, defended by Paul. Now, here's Sexton. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And he's good on the 3-ball.
Oh, a little punch, counter punch action. Neither side flinching here.
Yeah, both sides trying to keep up with one another, but doing it from distance.
Johnson against Anthony. And the basket for the 4th time from the field. He's a healthy 4 for 6.
This guy is just shredding the defense right now. He's hitting any shots he's putting up.
Cleveland's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Sexton kicks to Nance. Sexton with it. Chris Paul covering. The pass to Nance. Over Anthony. Nance, no good. Rockets leading by 11. Here's the 3. And it's Osman with the rebound.
You got to fight through things like this right now. His team needs him to shoot better. He's just had a tough quarter.
The shot by Sexton, no good. And so it's Paul bringing it up for the Rockets. Down low, Anthony takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. 12 points for him.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Just incredible flow offensively. Everyone's doing their part. Let's see if they can sustain this early momentum.
Harden gets the bucket.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up. A little more sense of urgency.
Here's Sexton. They count on his contributions, currently providing 16.5 points a game.
Clever and confident in that pick and roll. Sexton's decision-making in these sets has really improved.
And Colin Sexton, when it comes to scoring, the man shows you a little bit of everything.
Loves to drive it, loves to attack inside, improving his consistency from range. But what I love about him is the aggressiveness. This guy is always in attack mode.
To the inside, stolen by Thompson. Johnson against Anthony, taken away by Anthony. Kicks to Paul. Pass to Harden. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Brent, do you think individual defense is getting easier to measure with player tracking and advanced stats?
I don't. I think it's impossible for you to find some legitimate measurement of how much a player is truly impacting the game defensively. I think there's great indicators of combinations of players that are on the floor at the same time, that are working collectively and doing something to shut down another team's best offensive unit. But individually, it's so hard to just put a number on what a guy is doing in terms of his total impact defensively.
So the eye test is not out of style?
I don't think so. I think we're getting better at the defensive metrics that are being used, Kevin, and I think that clearly we can see with some of the best wing defenders in the league, a Robertson, a Covington, that they're able to control their man, a Kawhi Leonard. They're able to impact the game defensively, but How are we quantifying that? We need to get better with it.
And he's good on the second. Certain guys can play within themselves and still dominate. You played along one of the best that you saw up close in Tim Duncan.
One of the things I think about with Tim is how many numbers he left on the board, Kevin. The way that Coach Popovich played him, minimal minutes, touches when needed most, where Tim usually came through, but how much more dominant he truly could have been.
And he didn't care about numbers, did he?
Not at all. He cared about one number, and that's putting W's on the board. But how many more things Tim Duncan would have led categorically in the history of the NBA at the power forward position, but overall, the numbers would have been staggering.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And with the pause in the action, let's look at the numbers for Harden. Averaging about 26 points per, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. And impressive numbers, no doubt. It's the kind of run we've come to expect from him.
Synergy, all elements right now working together, and the game is coming so easy right now.
Free throw good, James Harden. Joe Johnson, he's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Harden hits them both. Now Clarkson, he had 13 points in the win against Philadelphia. Johnson outside. Over Green. It's rebounded by Houston. To the middle. Here's Harden. Excellent D there from Hill.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
The Cavaliers again can't hit. Houston leading by 14. Green deciding where to go with it. It's stolen by Korver. Johnson outside. For 3, Fry. The shot's good on the assist by Johnson. Fry's got his first 3 points of the game.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Harden, coming off a stellar performance against Detroit. Houston gets it back, and that one's good. Green. And the Rockets lead by 13.
Aggressive coming out of the gate here, guys. Wow.
And already the lead is significant. Excellent play on both ends.
Fry with the ball. Guarded by Tucker, and there's the foul. It'll go on P.J. Tucker. That is his first foul of the game. .52 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Hill dishes to Fry.
And trailing here in the first, you'd like to see them be a little more aggressive on the offensive glass.
And Harden wide open. He shoots. A three-pointer off the mark. The Cavaliers trail by 13. Cleveland shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
At the line for 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first.
Well, primetime years for Joe Johnson meant ISO Joe for his ability to score one-on-one, a style of offense that's lost a little bit of its favor, but it remains effective for Joe.
Johnson hits them both. Here is Harden. He's got 15. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. And here's Tucker. Feeds it to Gordon. Back to Tucker. Clock at 4. Nene down low. He's covered by Clarkson. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Seven seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Hill. And so it's the Houston Rockets. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. We've got more in store for you right after this. And the Rockets came close, but Chris Paul still convinced this team has what it takes to win a title.
I'm in the wrong business if I didn't think we could win a title. I think we still got a lot of ways to go. We got a lot of work to do, but that's the fun thing about it right now, is to know that we're not there.
And his ability to stay positive, Greg, and stay at it, so admirable.
Yeah, and one of the best point guards of all time. You know he's hungry to break through and win a championship.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And quite a position here for the Rockets to be in. What do you think, guys?
They're just not sitting back. They are going for steals, and their activity has been terrific.
Yeah, so that disruption is helping out because it's leading to some easy chances on the other end.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the court for Cleveland, Johnson is out there with Kyle Korver. Then there's Jordan Clarkson. Then there's Channing Frye, and it's Hill in at the 1 spot. Brent George Hill is a guard who has been as consistent as it gets from deep the last few seasons in the league.
Well, Hill's always been a good shooter since entering the league. Remember starting his career in San Antonio, so he showed off his wares alongside Tim Duncan in the post where he could spot up and gain his confidence. And the last 3 seasons for him, he's been over 40%.
Yeah, I love watching Harden be aggressive inside. One of the most efficient scorers in our game.
Clarkson kicks to Johnson. It's Hill on the wing, guarded by Harden. Hill deciding where to go with it. And here's Frye from the arc. No good there. And it's Houston the other way. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, with all the turmoil in the Cavs locker room last season, some wondered if head coach Tyronn Lue's job could be in jeopardy. Despite leading the team to its first championship in 2016, Lue, like a lot of coaches, finds that his future in the NBA is always subject to speculation. Kevin?
All right, DA, thank you. And so here's Cleveland. The Rockets making the shot. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Cleveland moving it around. And here's Hill for 3. The rebound by Harden.
And extending the D there, putting a lot of pressure on the shooter.
Yeah, I think coaches right here are always talking about the extra pass. And a contested 3 is not your objective. One more, maybe.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high-percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Now, here's Clarkson. The scoring numbers have been solid for him. He's averaging just under 14 points a game.
Nice job operating in the mid-range, using his size advantage to rise up and fire over the defender.
Here's Gordon. The Cavaliers making the shot. Back to Harden. Pass to Green. He kicks it to Gordon. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Gordon's got his first 3 points of the game.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Timeout called. Cleveland. Who do you think is best at converting off his offhand?
I really do like Mike Conley in Memphis. when he gets to, and I love his timing on it, Kevin, that running right-hand hook shot that he shoots from about 8 feet. And one of the reasons I'm so enamored with it is because Mike will shoot it in the fourth quarter with under 30 seconds to go on a critical possession. That, to me, screams of confidence. A tremendous offhand by Mike Conley.
When it means the most, he'll use that move.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that Kyrie Irving won't do it with his left in Boston, but Mike Conley pulls it out at some of the moments where you just say, wow, a right-handed runner with 40 seconds to go, fourth quarter. Good on you, Mike Conley.
Now here's Korver after Eric Gordon's miss. Outside Hill. Over Harden. Once again off the mark by Cleveland.
Yeah, that was $1 million crossover to free him up, but that finish, I'd give him 50 cents.
And it's Gordon missing. The Cavaliers trail by 15. Hill finds Clarkson. Inside. Now here's Johnson. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. It's on Nene.
Something that maybe Joe Johnson could do more of with his size and skill. Get inside and work his way to the line.
Cleveland shooting their fourth and fifth attempts at the free throw line tonight.
Shooting two.
First one falls for him. A different look now for Cleveland. Nance comes in for Kyle Korver. And it's Sexton in for George Hill. Houston also making some changes. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Nene. Anthony comes in for P.J. Tucker. And Paul subbed in for James Harden. That one falls, so he hits both of them. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Paul kicks to Gordon. Paul right side over Fry and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
And each bucket at this point feels like a backbreaker.
Well, to win at this level consistently, you cannot be faint of heart, and he's going in for the kill.
Now here's Fry. He's got 5, and Clint Capella is going to pick up a foul. That is his first foul of the game. And Cleveland making a change here. Osman's checked in. It's stolen by Anthony. Pass to Gordon. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. Anthony's got 3 assists now in this one.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Now, here's Sexton. They count on his contributions, currently providing 16.5 points a game. And Clint Capella is going to pick up a foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, clearly struggling here with the foul. Still early. And just one more will put him over the limit.
And Cleveland making a change here. Thompson's checked in.
Pretty early to be over the limit. That foul situation is something we want to keep an eye on.
Cleveland shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
Colin Sexton. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
Free throw good, Sexton.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2.
And that's one of those guys who just tends to live at the line. Sexton's working hard to improve his consistency there.
Now here's Paul. With an average of around 19.5 points a game, his scoring has been a constant for them. A 3 ball. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
Unable to close out defensively, even against the smaller shooter.
Yeah, it's tough sometimes to get a hand up on the 3-point shot, but in this case, that didn't even affect it.
Here is Nance. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Clarkson kicks to Sexton. Just 5 to shoot, and Chris Paul picks up the foul. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Colin Sexton. Taking 2 shots.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. Chris, he's checked in for the Rockets. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. And here's Houston. They're on a 16-7 run. Paul passes to Ennis. Jacks up a 3. It's rebounded by Cleveland. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Osman's got his second basket of the night.
And he's got more height than you typically see at the off-guard position, and that size comes in handy, as we saw on that play.
Ennis dishes to Paul, and here's Anthony for 3. The shot misses, so Cleveland will take it the other way. Here's Osman. He had 16 points in the win against the 76ers in Philadelphia. Now the pass to Sexton. And Sexton slams it in.
And how about the leaping ability there on the slam? I love how Sexton just rises up with confidence inside.
Now here's Ennis. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him.
Beautiful execution from him, building off a great first quarter, looking unstoppable here.
Here's Sexton. 15-point game. Now, here's Clarkson, covered by Chris. It's blocked. Stolen by Clarkson. And Capella sends it back. And they're able to recover. And he makes that one. Rockets leading by 13. Ennis with the ball. Paul with the 3. And it's Osman with the rebound. Osman's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And there's the call on James Ennis. That's his first foul of the game. In the bonus, we'll go to the free throw line. For Cleveland, they have knocked down 8 of 9 free throw attempts. I'd say those numbers read pretty well.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
2 shots.
First free throw is good. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And it's Ennis with the ball for the Houston Rockets. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Capella finds Paul. Drills the three-pointer. Paul's got 12 points in the game.
Well, his offense should come with the warning label, caution, flammable. He's connecting on everything. The D looks dumbfounded.
Now, here's Sexton. 12 points for him. Cleveland moving the ball around. Rocket 6. Unloads. Nice 4 for 7 from the floor with that shot.
Well, the game's 4 quarters, and after a tough first half, he's found his rhythm in the second.
To the left side wing. Paul kicks to Capella. The drive by Paul. Add basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Thompson passes to Sexton. sinks that one from the post. Sexton's got 11 here in this quarter alone.
Well, if they're going to win this game, he's going to require just a little bit of help. Many of the shots he's taking are finding the hoop.
Paul kicks to Ennis. Back to Paul. Over Sexton. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Thompson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Kind of an interesting year for Tristan Thompson, who saw playing time decrease. And some felt that his focus and his drive just wasn't quite the same. There was a lot of moving parts last year for Cleveland and around Tristan. Eventually he found his game late in the year, though, and was impactful in the playoffs.
And so it's Houston with it, following the score by Cleveland. Here's Ennis. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Well, for Thompson, he certainly has seemed to take a step back, Brent. His contract is not helping the matter either.
Well, there were some distractions, I think we could say, legitimately last year with the things going on off the court. The fact is, Tristan Thompson was once viewed as a really good quality big man at the starting position of center or power forward, and has a lot of work to do in order to get himself back on some solid ground.
First free throw is good. And the Cavaliers with some changes. Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Osman. And George Hills subbed in for Clarkson. And a switch here also for Houston. Green's checked in. And Ennis drops them both.
Oh my gosh, I just got that.
Now, here's Sexton. He's got 16. To the paint, here's Nance. Chris with the rebound. Rockets leading by 12. Paul looking around. Takes the 13-footer. Thompson with the rebound. Thompson's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And Nance kicks to Sexton. That's tipped. Paul with the steal. Down low, here's Green. Nance with some nice D.
You can't miss those kind of looks. The defense seems to be a little nonplussed so far in this one, but he flat out missed it.
Houston's gotten half their shots from three-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. Pass to Ennis. There's 1:26 left in the first half of basketball. Here's Capella, and the dunk by Capella.
And guys, isn't it great to see a player who works that hard on the glass at both ends?
Well said, G. That's the way he has built, his reputation. Grinding away 100% effort all the time.
And then uses his explosiveness once he's gathered the rebound to throw it down.
Channing Frye's checked in for Cleveland. And then for Houston, Nene, he's checked in for Clint Capella. P.J. Tucker comes in for Chris. And it's James Harden in for Ennis. .107 left here in the second. Pass to Fry. Ball's knocked loose. Stolen by Tucker. Harden outside. Outside, Green. Harden up top. Guarded by Korver. Connects from three-point range.
Bringing that three-point percentage up quite a bit this quarter. Shooting it well. The lead's going to get a little bit bigger if they can keep this up.
Now, here's Sexton. 16 points for him. It's back to Hill. Once again off the mark by Cleveland. Rockets leading by 17. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Harden. And Houston again with the bucket.
Yeah, after a first quarter where they struggled from long range, they've really started to get it closer to the basket.
Now, here's Sexton. Tight defense on him. Can they get it? He takes it up and lays it in. Sexton's got 13 points in just this quarter.
Beautiful move there by Sexton. Read the defender and has the body control to adjust.
And so it's Houston, feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Carmelo, looked like the offense was really working there. How were you guys able to get things going so well?
We got vets. We got guys that know how to play basketball. We come together as a team. We're doing that, and we're just trying to take it one day at a time. That's it.
Well, thanks for your time, Carmelo. See you in the second half. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Good to have you back. Ernie Johnson with Kenny the Jet Smith and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. James Harden led the way in the first half. He ended up with 22 points, 5 assists, and 2 steals. Coming off a great performance last game, tonight he looked like he had that same aggressive mindset. Kenny, what'd you think about the Rockets?
James Harden pretty much uncoverable in the first half. Went deep into his bag of tricks. Too big to body up. Too quick to stand in front of. It takes great team defense just to have a shot at slowing him down.
Looking at Cleveland, Shaq, your thoughts?
They relied way too heavily on the three-point shot in the first half. Their long-range game was off. That's my off sound, Ernie. They were off, but they still settle for the outside shots. They got to put more pressure on the defense by pounding it inside and attacking the basket.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
Welcome back to Cleveland, Ohio, home of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. My wife and I toured that recently. It is worth the price of admission. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
Yeah, great job from him in that first half of drawing fouls and getting to the line.
Well, that is a great equalizer here. You want him to play that physical, but how do you do that without creating too much contact?
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. The Cavaliers trail by 17. Taking a look at the Rockets. Over on the wings, it's Harden paired with Melo. Chris is out there with Clint Capella. And it's Paul in at the point guard. Now here's Johnson. Got a piece of it.
That's some good use of the length right there from Marquise Chris, reaching out and swatting that one away.
Here's Anthony. That one, no good. Good D by Johnson. The dish to Sexton. At the top of the key, Thompson. Here's Osman. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. First trip to the line for him here.
Did he lay an egg at the stripe in their previous game? Couldn't get anything to drop.
Two shots.
The first one falls. So he gets them both. Rockets leading by 15. Now Harden. Second half rolling along now. About a minute played here. Drains it from beyond the arc.
It doesn't matter how a defense plays him. Harden is going to make sure that that three-point shot is a primary weapon.
Osman, the pass to Thompson. Back to Osman. Kicks it to Sexton. 5 on the clock. Launches a 3. And that one is off. And it's Harden with the ball for the Houston Rockets. They've got the Wizards ahead of them. Their next game in Washington. That'll be the third game of this 3-game road trip. Ripped away. Here's Osman. Buries it down low. Osman's got his third basket of the night. Osman's gone 3 of 5 shooting from the floor. Inside. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Paul with the steal. Harden outside. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, maybe lazy play calling or just going through the motions on that possession. This often leads to a bad shot.
Johnson, and he overshot that one, missing. Houston leading by 16. From past the arc, basket made. That gives him 7 field goals in 13 tries.
Three-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
Timeout called, Cleveland. When you watch Marquise Chris, Brent, this is a guy who really teases you with his talent, with his athleticism.
Yeah, well, a lot of the highlights for Marquise Chris have the ball being thrown for lobs and Marquise Chris finishing off with big dunks. The interesting thing for him is what position does he play in today's game? Can he become a stretch four, Kevin, to find some minutes and be consistent with knocking down long-range jump shots? The pace of play certainly could help out Marquise Chris with that athleticism that you referred to. Well, he's like a fumbling banker right now, dropping dimes with ease. I like how well he led his teammate on that possession.
And Harden gets it to go in on the assist by Paul. Harden's got 5 points now this quarter.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Gordon against Johnson. Lets a floater go, and Capella sends it back. And it's out of bounds. The Cavaliers able to retain possession here. And the Cavaliers with possession here. 19-point game.
You really have to give credit to Gordon right there, getting up in his man's comfort zone, which threw him off that shot.
Pass to Harden. Floats one. He lays it in. Harden's got 29. The Cavaliers have gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvement, certainly. And Thompson kicks to Sexton. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. 20 points for Colin Sexton.
You know, crafty at just capitalizing there on the floater. Give Sexton room to shoot that shot, and he's going to take it.
Now here's Harden. He's got 29 points. Whistle blows, basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play. So it'll be James Harden shooting. It's going to go on Tristan Thompson. For Houston, they have been good at the free throw line. This one, 7 of 8. Clarkson, he's checked in for Sexton.
One shot.
Free throw good, James Harden.
Oh my gosh, I just got that.
And here's Clarkson. He dishes it to Johnson. That's tipped. Shot clock at 6. Pulls it up. And it's Johnson again missing.
And a tough game for the guys around him, mainly because his shot's been hit and miss.
Cavaliers have gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. And that'll be his third foul so far. Here's Osman, guarded by Harden. And it's blocked by Harden. Nance passes to Osman. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Johnson.
Yeah, this is a terrible start for him, and it has to be weighing on him.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Paul with the ball. He's got 17. He watches it go through the hoop for his 8th make. Now 8 for 14.
Yeah, for an undersized player, Chris Paul's a pretty good finisher around the rim. Certainly knows all the angles.
Clarkson dishes to Johnson. To the inside. Thompson draws contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Rabbit's foot in the shoe that time. Got lucky because the pick has to be better. It made no impact, but they still got the score.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Channing Fries checked in for Nance. Korver comes in for Joe Johnson. And George Hills subbed in for Jetty Osman. Thompson no good on the free throw.
Tristan Thompson is one of the best offensive rebounders in the NBA. So to do that, you can't be afraid to throw your weight around. Well, he's got a baton in the right hand as he's orchestrating what's going on. A maestro, if you will.
And here's Clarkson. James Harden getting it to go from deep. And here's Korver from the arc. Good on the 3-point shot. Korver's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Rockets leading by 20. Ball outside. And the Rockets getting another bucket right there.
There's always these nights where Chris Paul tends to get a little bit hungry on the offensive end. We're seeing it play out here.
Hill against Paul. Hill inside. Sinks that one from the post. Hill's got 5 points so far. Houston's gotten going here in the second half from outside, nailing 3 of 4 from the arc. To the paint, stolen by Clarkson. Paul with the steal. Offensive rebound. A nice shot by Tucker. Tucker's got his first 2 points of the night.
That's as good as it gets right there. Beautiful reverse layup in traffic.
Clarkson surveying the floor. And it's Korver in the corner. Thompson finds Clarkson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. It's rebounded by Houston. Fires top of the key. Again, the Rockets score. And here's Hill, who will bring it up for the Cavaliers. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
And that's number 4. Definitely something to keep track of as we move forward.
Green, he's checked in for Chris Paul. And it's the Cavaliers with the ball. To the middle. Clarkson kicks to Korver. Six to shoot. And another miss by Cleveland. Korver's gone just 1 of 4 from deep. To the inside. It's blocked. And he's able to get it back. Cleveland's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. The shot by Clarkson, no good.
But his struggles are consuming the rest of the team here tonight. He's got to find his rhythm and find it fast. Hey, even though he's been off, the team's still winning, so the hope is that he's going to get going.
Now, here's Fry. 5 points in the game. Clarkson passes to Thompson. Poked loose, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Harden. And here's a look now at the shot chart showing the field goals attempted locations for Sexton.
This is the shot chart of a dominant performance. I mean, he's taking a lot of shots because right now he believes that every shot he does take is going in. And who can blame him with the way he's played? Simply outstanding work coming from him.
Now, here is Hill. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Hill against Green. Takes the 12-footer and hits. Green's got 8.
This is the kind of guy that you wake up in a cold sweat the night before you play him. Just a matchup nightmare. Tricky, confident, and he takes on all comers.
Now, here's Thompson. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Outside Hill. Back to Thompson. Over Nene. And Thompson gets it to go in on the assist by Hill. 6 points for Tristan Thompson.
Now George Hill recognizing when his man was open, an effective pass that time.
Here's Gordon. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
Up by a bunch. He's still pushing the action, trying to impose his will.
Well, collectively, they've done it tonight here. A passionate performance from the squad.
Now, here is Hill. He has 5. Got a piece of it. And now, here comes Gordon leading the break.
All right, a chance to check out the numbers for Thompson. Some nice work from him over the last 10 games. He's putting up about 8 points a game, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he's been a rock in the middle for them over that stretch of games. Dominating the glass is his trademark.
Feel like those rebounds are wearing down and eroding the opponent. His effort right now, physically and mentally, has been good.
Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good, and the Cavaliers making a change here. Decker's checked in, and a switch here also for Houston. Anthony's checked in for P.J. Tucker. Gordon hits both of them.
Oh my gosh, I just got that.
Cleveland's gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Korver with it, and it's Gordon picking him up. Here's Fry. Second shot opportunity, and the layup is good. Fry's got 7.
I like the physicality there on the glass on full display. Great at hitting the boards and then capitalizing off the second chance opportunity.
And you can see it. They're in a nice rhythm in terms of shooting. It's been that way the entire second half.
And then there's the other team. Can't say that about them. Big gap in the recent field goal percentage between these two squads.
Here's Fry. The Rockets making the shot. Here's Korver. Here's Decker. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Decker's got his first bucket of the night.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
Now here's Nene. From deep, Harden buries the long-range jumper.
3.
Harden's got 38 points.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Yeah, and then the fear sets in that you're going to create driving lanes that could lead to easy buckets. This is not an easy fix.
Fry with the ball. Guarded by Nene.
That's his second personal foul. Shooting for Cleveland, Channing Frye. Taking 2 shots.
Two shots.
Free throw, good from Fry. Sexton, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. And both free throws good for Fry. Houston's gone 4 of 6 from three-point land since the start of the second half. Nene outside. Dishes to Harden. And Houston again with the bucket.
And it's another James Harden special we're witnessing here tonight. I think this fella's got some game.
Now, here's Sexton, guarded by Green. Sexton's shot is good. Sexton's got 22 points.
Well, you love the fearless, aggressive attitude. Doesn't let size matter.
Well, he also has that innate ability to just create enough separation. That's a nice move.
Now, here's Green. He's got 8. The Cavaliers pull it in. Fry's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And the pass to Hill. And Fry kicks to Sexton. Pulls up. That one off the back iron and out. James Harden getting it done for Houston. With the points he racked up that quarter, he has broken his season-high scoring mark already. Right back after this break. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the 4th quarter, but stranger things have happened. And so Knight will bring it up for the Rockets. They've got Sexton. Decker is out there with J.R. Smith. Then there's Channing Frye. And it's Nwaba in at the shooting guard. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavaliers. Now here's Knight. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the first shot of the night for him missing. And there's the call on the name. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. The league and players union, Brent, both have expressed supporting guys who express their views and social concerns. You like that?
Well, I think it's amazing the way the league has backed some of the avenues with which players have used their voices.
Embraced.
Well, extending well beyond just saying things, Kevin, because we know actions speak louder than words, and there are so many guys around our league that do important philanthropic work. But the fact that the league supports all of those things, the fact that you see Adam Silver show up at some of these events, or that there's press releases from the league office about some of the things guys are doing, there's amazing cohesion when it comes to the league and its players, because they understand that everything that they're doing has such a significant impact in the communities in which they live in and around the game with which we all love.
Well said.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Green kicks to Ennis. Knight in the corner. It's good. The assist that time from Ennis. Knight's got the first basket as we get going in the 4th for the Rockets. Pass to Fry. And here's Sexton. Back to Fry. Sexton's shot is good. Sexton's got 24.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Knight with it. Guarded now by Sexton. Ennis dishes to Knight. To the middle. Here's Hartenstein. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And, guys, he saw his chance to earn a little camera time there and took it.
Rocking the rim with some major force.
And typically, he is not the major force in that regard, but good enough to punish a soft defense on that play.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. The Rockets making a switch here. Carter Williams has checked in.
One shot, behind the lanes.
Free throw, good from Fry. This is the second year with the sponsored patches on the jersey, advertising more or less. Have you gotten used to seeing those things?
Yeah, I think it was no problem last year.
They're small, they're unintrusive,
some
right?
teams did some really cool creative things with the color schemes, and I don't think we've seen the last of that, Kevin.
You see it in European games on their jerseys.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to recognize the number with how many advertisements are on the jerseys.
But
billboard. Yeah, I don't think we're done with it yet.
Hits, count that one from Ennis.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
Nwaba passes to Sexton. Now back to Nwaba, and he uses the glass on the layup.
And there's the patience you want to see from Sexton. Eyes up and finds the open man.
Now here's Carter Williams. Knight, that's a 2-pointer. They get it back, and that one drops for him.
Look at the intensity of Nene, one of the strongest guys in the game, phenomenal at scoring the ball inside.
Sexton kicks to Smith. Lays it in without an inch of room around him.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And David Nwaba picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
Larry Nance is checked in for Channing Frye. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Houston. Outside for Carter Williams. Second chance shot. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Carter Williams looks like he's floating out there, but has that deceptive first step.
Here's Nwaba. He's guarded by Knight. The shot by Sexton, no good.
Well, he made 1 3 in the first half, but he hasn't found a way to connect again from outside during the second.
Now here's Knight, guarded closely. The shot comes out, and Cleveland the other way now.
And they still need to step up just a little bit. They have the lead, but he needs to find himself out there.
Houston's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. It's stolen by Nance. And the wide-open shot from Decker. The Cavaliers again can't hit. The Rockets have gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. Ennis taking his time here. Outside Knight. 5 to shoot. There's the 3. Drills it from outside. Knight's got 6 here in this quarter.
And they're just living beyond the arc here, really the entire fourth quarter.
Yeah, not a bad time to be ripping the nets from distance, piling up some major points here.
Now, here is Smith. Here's Sexton. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Do you see a lot of player tampering right now in the NBA?
Well, how do you define it, Kevin?
Well, if a player wants to go out and recruit other players that may be under contract with another team.
I see that a lot then, Kevin. I mean, it happens all the time. Players talking about what are you thinking about doing and about, wow, don't you think this would be great if we could get together on the floor in 2021? Let's try to.
But management doing it is a completely different animal.
Management cannot do it, although some teams have walked that tightrope a little bit to the point where they've fallen off in recent years. But the idea of players not ever talking to one another about the potential of being together.
Come on, right?
It's always happened.
Yeah. That one falls, so he hits both of them. And it's Carter Williams with the ball for the Houston Rockets. He kicks to Knight. Over Nance. A shot by Knight, no good. Cleveland's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Sexton dishes to Decker.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
And it's the Cavaliers with the ball. Cleveland moving the ball around. Shot clock at 5. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here.
Awesome defense. Just outstanding effort to reach his big hands in there and just rip the ball away.
Here's Tucker. No good on the triple.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you shouldn't miss.
To the inside. Smith the pass to Decker. Tearaway warm-ups have long been a feature of the NBA, but last season the new tearaway jerseys, they just kept ripping apart.
The old uniform malfunction, Kevin, last year. Yeah, maybe
you even had a couple malfunctions, and that was odd.
Well, the tie, bad tie.
Yeah.
I always have bad ties. I think they're looking back at the material choices for what they're doing. So maybe there'll be some subtle changes into this year. But it was interesting in the early part of last year. A lot of guys with a finger underneath the arm and pulling away a jersey and ripped away. So maybe the supplier will do something about the fabric this year.
Good on both. Houston's gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the 4th. Passes it to Hartenstein. They get a hand on it. Up top, Nance. Got a hand on it.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Knight finds Carter Williams to the right side. Here's Tucker. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Now, here's Sexton. There's no longer a home and road designation as far as light and dark jerseys. Is that an issue at all?
Not really. It's a little off-putting some games where you just flip on and your
trying
brain's
to figure out where they exactly.
Where is this game being played?
Yes.
But with how many alternate jerseys last year teams had and specialty jerseys they had, it's a lot of fun to see the apparel companies paint a different picture on the floor.
Carter Williams with the bucket.
You cannot give players that kind of positioning, and the defense also late in trying to alter that shot.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And Nance kicks to Smith. Over Ennis. Bank shot, no good.
And you just get the sense the whole period he's been a bit out of sync.
Yeah, sometimes you just can't figure out what's wrong, but he keeps trying to push through.
Here's what the Houston Rockets schedule looks like. On Monday, they'll take on John Wall and the Washington Wizards. And then on Wednesday, they'll face off against DeAndre Jordan and the Dallas Mavericks.
And just looking ahead to what's on tap, there are a lot of winnable games for them, but you can't go into the stretch with that mentality. You've got to focus on what's in front of you and bring it every night.
Thompson, he's checked in for Cleveland. Rodney Hood comes in for J.R. Smith. And a switch here also for Houston. Green's checked in. Now, here's Sexton. Carter Williams covering. Now Sexton. Down low. Nance throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. It's going to be on Michael Carter Williams.
Yeah, Larry Nance Jr. moves well out there, but he's also strong. So he muscles in, gets pushed, takes the hit.
Kyle Korver, he's checked in for the Cavaliers.
One shot.
Nance, no good on the free throw. Brett, they're always trying to make the All-Star game itself more competitive. Is that an important thing to do?
I don't think overall it's important to do it, Kevin. I mean, it is an exhibition, but I do like the attentiveness of the players over the past couple of years talking about how it is they want to approach the game. It ends up being a high-scoring affair with a lot of highlights, but overall, it's not the most important thing for the weekend.
And so it's Cleveland with it. The Rockets making the shot. And there's Thompson putting it right back in.
Well, that's what Tristan Thompson does best, just working the glass and working the D over.
And here is Carter Williams. Pass to Hartenstein. Out to the wing. Tucker finds Green. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. That one on Nance. And P.J. Tucker, Greg, a rugged physical defender at the forward.
And here's a guy, second-round pick back at 06. Spent 5 seasons playing abroad before making his return to the association. Now he's a seasoned veteran and not shy about holding his teammates accountable, especially defensively.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Brandon Knight, he's checked in for the Rockets. No good on the second free throw. Well, there's a lot of talk, too, Brent, about the age requirement for entering the draft, and Commissioner Silver has said it's a clear change that's probably on the way. What do you think the league should do?
Can you and I talk about a guy that you know quite well who in 1995 came out as the
17-year-old,
pick
I know
in
it.
the NBA draft? Kevin Garnett came into the league and handled himself extremely well. Now, for every one of those stories, we know there were other ones where guys did not make much of their NBA careers.
But then here comes the G League.
The G League, to me, is the huge key.
That's the equalizer.
A lot of these guys have a ripcord now for some of those things that transpired over the course of the last 30 years, where they can have a softer landing point to continue to develop, to continue to mature, and have an opportunity to make something of their NBA career.
Excellent explanation. And so here's Cleveland, following the 3 by Houston that went in. 6 on the shot clock. Left side, Hood from deep. The dive for the ball. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. And Cleveland making a change here. Hill's checked in.
George Hill.
The Rockets shooting the ball really well in this game, 58%.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Houston.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And it'll advance their win total up to 12 on the season.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for James Harden.
And the way he was able to dice up their D with his passing really made things easy for everyone else on his team.
Here's Green. No good off the front iron. So it's the Cavaliers now. Stolen by Tucker. Green with the ball. Kicks to Knight. This one for 3. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
Yeah, with this lead, that's probably going to do it. Fans heading for the exits.
The team came in fired up from the opening tip. You could see the focus. They're ready to do battle. All keyed right there from the lead pass, right on the money.
And they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, they got to be happy with the outcome.
Here's Hartenstein. He's covered by Thompson. And that one is good from Hartenstein.
And saving their best
before last. Tremendous run here to seal the win.
And you could just see everything coming together like a perfect storm, and they just rolled on through.
So we see the Rockets taking the win here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Carmelo, what did you like best about the win tonight?
We just played hard. We came out here ready to play. We jumped out there quick on the defensive end, and offensively we got it going again. And it was a great team win today, though.
Everybody contributing. Carmelo, thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Brent Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Trying to see how the fast set, my chicken.